Welcome. This is Daniel Cairns from Holtyre, Ontario, Canada, in northern Ontario. Northeastern Ontario, actually, in a little town called Holtyre, in a community called Black River, and it's under the provisions of Black River MATHESON. This beautiful little town was established in 1909, I do believe, within that era. Now, in that era, there's a lot of things that have gone wrong in small towns that are forgotten by the provincial and federal government, of laws that protect people of small communities. Now, I'm not a professional here at making video tracks or movies or anything like that. Very much an amateur at doing this. So, I mean, a lot of things could happen. And I'm going to call this the dangers down under. The stuff that we don't see, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you for stopping by to watch my video. It might be a little lame sometimes, might be a little boring, but you'll get the drift of exactly what's happening within our communities in northeastern Ontario and northern Ontario and across Canada. Now, like I was saying, the infrastructure problem within these communities in northern is being ignored by the federal and provincial government, and it's about time that they learn how much it's going to cost, roughly within a range of about $550 million to fix up the infrastructure so people have proper running water, sewers, pollution that's being dropped into nearby creeks going into, like the Black River here, into the Great Lakes into the Great Lakes. Okay, so I am going to try my best here, ladies and gentlemen, to walk you through the trials and tribulations of this community who's in dire need and has put out cries for over 7 years, and still nothing has got done. The discrimination towards people with disabilities. The laws are put into place under the UN disability laws, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms for people with disabilities, the Human Rights Disabilities Act, and the Ontario Disability and Duties to Accommodate that are not being accommodated. In other words, they're being broken. Is people going to listen to me? Probably not. So that's why I'm making this video, to show the pictures, the problems that lie within small communities that hasn't had their infrastructure fixed since 1903, 1954, or 1959, when it says on the manholes. There's other manholes that are covered over with quarter-inch plates in our town, a little town of Holtyre. It's about a population of maybe 300 to 400 people here that rely on the community water, sewers and water that we're paying through the nose at 34.2% plus on services that we're not getting. Is it the municipality's fault? I'm sure it's not all lands on the municipality's fault, but it does go back into the federal, provincial government on all levels. I had written Doug Ford's office, Premier of Ontario, about this. I've contacted the Liberal government, Justin Trudeau, who says it's out of their pay range. When it comes to community safety, everything has a price, does it not? Or is people's lives just a buy and throw away? Baby made and later on in life threw away by the provincial and federal governments on all levels. Municipal, provincial, federal, throughout the area. It's okay for them to break the law, but it's not okay for us, for somebody else to break the law. If it was somebody else, wouldn't you think that we would be charged? You're dang right we would. We would be charged. But when it comes to them, oh, they can break as many laws as they want. Nobody is above the law. Now, community safety, this all violates around the Disabilities Act for seniors and people with disabilities throughout Canada. okay, except for the Ontario Disability Act and duties to accommodate, which is applied throughout Ontario. Now, I'm not sure about the other provinces, if they have their own Disabilities Act or the Human Rights Act that is very strongly in a violation, but here in Holtyre, which is Ontario, we do have that act. Now, do you pay somebody, a big-time lawyer? Who do you talk to? Well, I'm Dan Cairns of Holtyre. I'm a resident here. I am the spokesman for people with disabilities. I'm also a person that has a disability. My common law wife, she is extremely disabled, except when you put her on a computer where I am